Hi and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the car boot crafter, and I hope that you've seen my peel off challenge that I'm doing at the moment. Really trying to encourage people, and myself as well mainly, to use peel offs more, because I think most crafters have got a whole bunch of peel offs in their stash somewhere, but I don't think we use them as much as maybe we did a few years ago. And I need things in my craft room to work hard for their place. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be great, instead of keeping everything in a drawer tucked away where I don't see them, if I had a little box or something on my desk to keep some of my favourite ones, or the most useful ones, or even at Christmas, all the Christmas ones, to encourage me to use them more, really, I guess. So I was thinking a box, but then I haven't got any plastic boxes or storage boxes that are long enough, because they are quite long, aren't they? So I haven't got anything long enough to store them in. So I thought, well, why don't I just make something? So this is what I'm coming up with. I hope, fingers crossed, we'll see if it works out. So and it's also, because we're using 12 by 12 papers and we'll use a few of them, it's also a really good way to bust your 12 by 12 pads if you've got them. So to start off with, we're going to make the box and then we can do the folder bits afterwards, we'll say. So you'll start off with a piece of 12 by 12, and you'll need two 4 by 4 pieces of cardstock as well. Grab your scoreboard, and the first thing we're going to do is pop them in the scoreboard, and we're going to score at 4 and at 8. Really simple, 4 and 8. Then turn it sideways, and I'm trying to remember what I thought. And yes, score at 1 inch, but only to the second score line. So we've scored at 1 inch for the first one and stopping at the second one. And then I'm coming over this side to the 11, and I'm going to do exactly the same. So there's the 11 going straight through, stopping at the second score line. This is because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the top. So I'm just, giving myself some space. Right, okay, now that I've done that, I have got this tool which I want to do a shape at the top of here somewhere. So I'm just going to line it up and grab my pencil. Just try and make sure that that's straight. If I had it straight on my desk, maybe that would help. So there we go. I want to get it as close to the top, and I'm just going to put an arch in, but you can do whatever shape, or you can leave it straight, entirely up to you. So I've put that arch in. Let's put that side so I can see it. And now I'm going to cut that away like that. Just get rid of that, so that I've got a nice sort of decorative front on my little storage box. And I think I might just put something on there to say peel offs or something. Might even use peel offs to decorate the box. That would be a fun idea, wouldn't it? Right, okay, so I've done that, so I've got a nice arch to the front. Now I'm going to get my scoreboard back out, and this time I'm going to go all the way to the top. So I'm going through that arch that we've just created, and then over to the 11 and through there as well. Because I wasn't sure how much that arch would come, I didn't want to go too far up here. And whatever you decide to do, whether you do an arch or a pattern, or use a punch, then that's entirely up to you. Now, the reason I've kept the waist is because I need to now measure it. So that measures 1¼ inch. Yeah, just over 1¼ inch on both sides. So let's get rid of that and score on all of these lines. like that. If you haven't done an arch on yours, then it will just be 4 inches, so you don't need to worry about the next step after you've scored this. Right, that's all scored, and I'll come back and do all my tabbing in a minute. So I've already drawn a line on here, but I don't now know whether that's going to be right, because I think I did that at 1.5, and what I really need is 1.25. So let's use my rubber and get rid of that on both of them. There we go. Now, forget that I had those lines on there. What we need to do now is measure in 3/4 of an inch on one of your corners and put a mark. So one of my corners, so this is going to be at the top of my box. So that is 3/4 of an inch. Now that side was 1.25. So I'm going to measure at 1.25, and now I'm going to redraw that line in like that, and then I'm going to cut that away. And depending on what your pattern is, so if you did an arch like this, that measurement may be different, or if you wanted to do some other design on there, that might be different. So that's that one, and I need to now do this one, but I need to do it the other way round, so it needs to mirror this. So because it's different papers on each side, so again I'm going to come in 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to come in this side 3/4 of an inch and put a mark. There we go. And then I'm coming down this side and I'm making a mark at 1.25 inches. And it's not the end of the world if you do it the wrong way around. It just means that your papers are going to be different on each end, but I don't suppose that really matters an awful lot unless you're an absolute perfectionist. Okay, so I'm going to cut that away like that. So now we've got 2 mirror images. Oh, hold on, why is that not the same? Have I mismeasured? Okay, right, let's double check. I know, yeah, see, I haven't done it. There's 1 inch. So what have I done? Have I just come down? Oh dear. Okay, right, I'm just going to do it this way instead. I think what I've done is I've come down 3/4 of an inch instead of 1.25 inch. So that works just as easy. Probably better in the long run anyway. There you go. So now we have mirror images. Yep. Ta-da. Okay, so these are going to be the ends of our box. So I'm going to bring the main bit of the box back in. And this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to tab in all of these bits. So this is where my fold is. So I'm just going to create a tab on my, so this was that's the 1 inch score line. I'm just creating little tabs on there so that I can attach these sides. Okay, and then at the bottom as well. So you end up with that. Okay, I'm going to do it the other side as well. So at the end, tab in like that. If you want to, you can just do it this way. That works just as well. and I know most people are probably going to be more comfortable doing it that way, but it just saves a minute, or well, a second or two in time. Okay, so now we've got our tabs all sorted. Let's fold them in. Make sure that we've got the right end. So that goes at the short end. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to do the middle first, so that we've got a nice base to our box. So glue on that middle tab, and then make sure you've got the short end that matches there. So that matches. So I'm just going to line that up there so that it fits inside there. And I want that bottom edge nice and straight like that. And the great thing with the wet glue is you've got a minute or two before it grabs. So there you go. So that's that one done. And before I start doing the rest of it, I'm going to do this side as well. Just that once you start bringing things up, if I then have to start trying to get this fixed down this end, it's a bit more fiddly. So if I can get this piece done, the bottom done first, then I just think it's going to be a little bit easier to do. Okay. Lots of nice thin glue on there, not too thick and gloopy. And then again, double check you've got the right size. So that is going to fit on there, and then pop that on like that. Bring that over, line up with those score marks and push that in. So now we've got those done. So I think that's going to make life a lot easier. So the next thing I want to do is, do I want to bring up the back or the front first? I think I'm going to bring up the front first. So I'm going to fold those both in. Let's score those so that they lie a bit flatter. And I'm going to put glue on both sides, because I just think if I try and do them one at a time, it's going to be a little bit more fiddly. So if I do the two, do you know what I mean? If I do this side first, I think it's going to be more fiddly when I come in to do this side. So if I do these ends first, I think it's going to just help. Okay, so bring that up, bring up your, let me turn it this way so you can see, bring that up, line up your edges as you would with any box. Okay, and I'm going to tip it on its side. I'm going to have to support because it's quite long, and use your bone folder just to push that all together. Check that edge is still nice and sharp, which it is, and leave it to dry. And then I'm going to do the same at this corner. Make a nice sharp edge, tip it on its side, and then get your bone folder in there like that. So that, I think that's making life a lot easier. Let's bring these ones in as well, like that. There we go. Almost done the base box, and then I'll show you what I've got in my head. I've already had a go. I'll show you what I've done. So there's that one. Let's get this one done as well. So it's a nice large box, but then of course with peel-offs, because they're so long and thin, you do need that long thin box, don't you? Right, so this time I'm going to just tip it over like that, because that's going to keep my edge nice and sharp already. So tip that over, push everything into place, tip it on its side, bone folder in there all the way to the bottom, and that's holding that end. And do the same this end, tip it on its side, line up that edge like that. Oh, actually it was that way round I did it, wasn't it? I've got the glue hasn't come out on this edge, so now this is going to be the glue hasn't come out. That's odd, that's very odd. Right, okay, let's get glue on there. Right, there's definitely glue there now this time. Wonder what happened there. Right, okay, so tip it on its edge, bring that across, line that up. It's all right, I'm concentrating, so I've gone quiet. Let's get that edge nice and straight. Bone folder in there like that, and then that's my box. So that is the little box that I'm going to use to hold all my peel offs in, but I'm going to put some little folders inside. So let me show you how I've been making those. So I've already done 3 of them, but I think I'm going to do quite a few more. So those are going to fit in like that. So let's pop that back a bit and let's work on this one. So I've got a piece that measures 12 inches by let me remember, 9 inches. Okay, but the box, let's see how long the box is. The box is 10 inches, so you could go even longer than that. You could go to 10 3/4, 9 3/4 even if you wanted. So this time I'm going to bring in, so if you haven't got one of these, you don't need it. I'm just using it to make the tabs at the top of the folders, to make these, but you can pop them on separately or do whatever works for you. So I'm just going to line that up there, take that to 2, 2, and that gives me that tab. Let's move that out the way now. And where is my trimmer? It's here somewhere. Yep, there we go. And I'm just going to pop it in my trimmer, line it up so that this is right, this the bottom of this is right on that edge there. And then I'm just going to bring up really slowly, and you can feel when the resistance stops, and there you go. And if I'd put this in the middle like I have on some of them, then just pull it out, push to that end, do exactly the same, line it up, and then come in from that end, whichever trimmer you've got. I think a guillotine would be a bit more difficult, but if you've got a trimmer, then that will work. Oh, hold on, I still need this. Right, so I'm going to open that out like that, and then I've got my tab there. It's this edge I'm looking for. I'm going to put that at 8, and then I'm going to cut off that extra bit at the bottom, which means I've got tons of scrap as well from this, but they're nice big usable sizes. And then all you do is fold that up like that, and then add that into your little box. So I need to I need to use some inks on it, but if I pop that in like that, you can see now I've got my little files, So I can then start using them to pop in my peel-offs like that, and I can label them. I might even, yeah, Christmas, lines, butterflies, whatever I want to do, I can label them, and if I need some more, which I'm going to, I can do some more. So that's 1, 2, 3. Let's pop these in that front one like that. So there you go, and I can decorate, and in fact I will decorate that front up and make that a little bit more pretty to go on my desk. But I think that's going to help me now to go, right, I can use a peel off. I can just grab a peel off. Oh, I'll use those. I just think it's going to make life easier for me to have them on the desk like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you've got some peel offs, why not make one of these for yourself? Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye for now.